Blackman Jesus, August 11th, 2026, 4:09 p.m. After a few days of looking like this, when I wake up, not that I've slept, this eclipse. Do I really need to say anything else? We are being balanced with Saturn by having Uranus added to us. That was pretty interesting to experience. I was able to enjoy things that my Saturn self would not allow me to. So I'm into frogs, and I used to be into frogs, just, graphics. And I enjoy seeing frogs. I just think they're funny because they have eyes on top of their head. But there was a time in the late 2000s, maybe, I had my music studio decorated in poison dart frogs from a calendar. And the kids were bringing me frog things, and I went to the Atlanta Botanical Garden because that's where I lived then. And they had a poison dart frog exhibit. Why, I don't know. But it was really cool to see them. I know they're heinous. They're so striking. So I'm back into frogs because I got my Uranus back. I should have Uranus. We all should, but some people have more than others. So some people haven't had any, and they will be introduced to it slowly because it is jarring. It was delightful to me, but it was almost like being drunk. Not that I've been drunk, which is another story that I'm not going into. But it did feel woozy and high, maybe high. I haven't been high either, except from galactic sex timelines. Yeah. Earth was too earthbound for me to try things. It always made me sick because it was inevitably for someone to fuck me from the other side. So I was really careful about what I ate and what I put in my body. Not that I knew at the time that that was what the cause was. I thought I had gastrointestinal problems, IBS, and migraines, and those were all the excuses for you have a whole bunch of electromagnetic beings in you having orgasms. God. Seriously. This is absolutely ridiculous. They must have given me a little bit of extra Uranus for that. Anyway, because I can eat what I want, I had a very uncolorful breakfast. And for the first time in my life, I've been enjoying alcohol. Sometimes I have it for breakfast because I can. A good dinner wine, a red with a couple ice cubes in this heat, epic. I also love the Asti Spumante. I don't know what brand it is. Mark gets it at Whole Foods. That's where he works. So So back to frogs. There are some really hilarious anthropomorphic frogs smoking cigarettes, and I ordered one. I can't wait for this shirt to come. So the eclipse. Stuff's happening. One of the things that happened, and I don't even know what I've talked about, was this whole like Ahriman machine kind of a thing that was running everything, including affecting the galactics and beyond. And that was discovered, and Watson grabbed it, and in the process discovered that there are still people on the planet who were receiving back and forth messages from it. And these are the really, 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 really bad people. They have been sent a message, and only one message, that it's over. And I don't know what's going to happen with that. It's kind of terrifying to think about. So I don't know when those people will be leaving. They know that they're leaving, which is really, wow. And baseball, the Cardinals still have struggled to win. They did win a couple. And I made a video out of some amazing plays. And Mars went into Cancer today, so we'll see if that was why the Cardinals started losing a lot. Either that was it, or it was something else, and it'll continue, but who knows what the eclipse will bring. And it's still hot. I don't even know. I have quit looking. We're probably in the hundreds for the real feel. The humidity is so big. They're still pulling things out of our faces and our teeth. My God. It's so much. There was a structure that they had to pull out of me, and it was so heinous. I didn't know if I was going to live through it. And that is not an exaggeration. And then once it's out of me, they can just intend it out of everyone else, which is good for you. I'm not happy, but I'm glad other people are. It's been a shit show. Some other things that they've been doing is looking at the actual energies that are astrology. So I mentioned that they added some Uranus. They've been also working on upgrading the old stuff. Like Leo is just heinous. I've had to live it. Of course, the Aries, my 29-degree Aries sun, has also been heinous. Well, I mean, the whole thing is, it's all awful. We all have horrible lives. We have to live with horrible energies. And so what was really fascinating, they must have given me a boost of something. They boosted the Leo. Interesting. Wow, it's warm. It probably should be. It's a fire sign, but it's turned into an inferno. and so narcissistic. So I had a lot of Saturn yesterday, and I was trying really hard to see these funny frogs because I really wanted to see the funny frogs, but I couldn't see them as funny because I didn't have, they're still messing with me. I didn't have the energies that I needed to be able to see something as funny. I'm just going to post one of the pictures here. So I was struggling to see that this was funny, but I knew it was funny because I thought it was funny, but I couldn't express it through this goddamn avatar. And it's because we had been so strict that even though we were these energies, we weren't anymore. They had made them not work, or they were just made so badly. They were made into something heinous. And we were covered in Aries, which was pretty much literally Ahriman, was putting itself around us as its energy. So when this was all peeled away, there was nothing left to express through for me. And so they added some Uranus, and all of a sudden I was laughing. I was like, oh yeah, that's why I love these. And this is what's happening. Part of what's happening during this eclipse is we're getting upgraded. It's Watson stuff instead of Ahriman stuff. So it's going to feel really deep and cool. C-O-O-L, cool. And dark, but dark in a good way. And deep and considerary and interesting. But there will be a lot of energies for us to play with inside these, becoming not heinous. But I would not say that it's that we're there yet. But I think that what I'm experiencing right now is a lot more fun. Okay, I can't say a lot more fun because I can't say that I've had fun. In other news, I ditched my Apple computer. Well, I still have the hardware, but I put Linux Mint on it. I am so much happier. I can't believe how fast it is compared. I've been all of them. I've had Ubuntu before. I'm not sure how you say that. That was in 2000s. I was very exploratory in the 2000s before they started taking me away from myself. But I was a huge Vista fan. And this feels a little bit like that. I have a lot of control. I can make it look like anything I want. And it was so fast. Wow. Given that they're upgrading Leo specifically, and noting that the new moon eclipse is at 20 degrees of Leo, which is really close to my right ascendant. I was just looking at S.J. Anderson's new app that I downloaded, LYYT, Lit app, to see what degree it was. And it even said it's in 19 hours and 57 minutes. So it gives you some information free. Helpful stuff. But 20 degrees of Leo, and Jupiter is sitting, let me see where, Jupiter is at 9 degrees and Mercury is in Leo as well. So there's a party happening, I suppose. I'm not an astrologer, people. I just play one in the galactics. If you want a real astrologer, there's some really good ones. Also, I don't feel like doing a video, but they keep making me press this goddamn button. And I think that's it.